been wonderful that you chose us ahead of any other person. And for this particular edition, I'm joined by two beautiful ladies from the mentoring and empowerment program for young women in Uganda, MEMPROW. You rarely hear of them in sport. It's the first time I hear of them in sport, and I'm really wondering what they've come down here to do for us. But I'll allow them to do the intros for themselves because they are so honorable for me to do so. I'll start with one closest to me on my left. She's a sports lady. Welcome, madam.
Thank you so much.
We're talking to Ugandans. Who are you and what brings you here?
My name is Kovia Adong. I'm a MEMPROW girl and a sports lady. We have mainly come here to talk about women in sports.
Okay. And further off, the MEMPROW girl is the executive director of MEMPROW. I'll still not introduce her. I don't know her names, but for the sake of them being very honorable, she will do the needful to Ugandans to hear from her. Her name, title, and what MEMPROW is about, because she's the big one of us all in this studio.
My name is Immaculate Mukasa. I'm happy to be here. I'm the Executive Director of the Mentoring and Empowerment Program for Young Women, MEMPROW, and we basically engage girls and young women to achieve their aspirations, and in this process, many things they take on leadership, but sports is one thing that we want to promote because we found that it builds their confidence and self-worth, and you know now it's becoming an income-generating activity. We want to keep them sharp. So sports is one of the ways to go. Okay, I'm a lone gentleman amongst two ladies, and they're very eloquent. But I know there's COVID-19 around us. The Ministry of Health has told us to keep putting on our masks again. But for this particular show, I think the distance is right, and none of us is showing the symptoms. And for clarity of this, because it involves women in Uganda, that gender is very sensitive for us. And for clarity purposes, I'm going to request the public to allow us to remove our masks. And if you say yes, my members, we shall remove our masks so that people listen to us more clearer. Yes to that.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
And I will remain with our Executive Director, Madam Immaculate Mukasa, who has to tell us further about MEMPROW. What is MEMPROW, Madam Immaculate? It's not new in the ears and eyes, the word MEMPROW. It's an acronym for what she has told you, Mentoring and Empowerment Program for Young Women in Uganda. It's been in Uganda for a while, but I have no more authority once she's in the house to talk MEMPROW. Please do.
Thank you. MEMPROW started in Uganda in 2008, so we've been around for a while. And we operate in Kampala, Greater Metropolitan, and then in Western Nile, Arua, Zombo, Pakwach, and Nebi districts, and part of Terego because it was carved out of Arua. And what do? We talk to the girls who are in school to stay in school and stay focused. Then we talk to the schools to make sure that the schools create systems and structures that help the girls to stay in school but also perform well. Okay. And then we also talk to girls who are out of school, encouraging them to go back to school and skill. And in that we do a holistic approach that we have to talk to the parents, we talk to the community leaders, religious leaders, traditional leaders, the boys and the men, because they are key in ensuring that the girls attain their aspirations in life.
So Adongo, the ED has talked about MEMPROW. There is no reason for us to talk about it further. Where were you shopped from?
Okay, I joined MEMPROW when I was in my year 1 from Makerere University. That was 2019. MEMPROW has a lot of programs operating in Makerere University, so they keep taking in new recruits in their year 1s and do the training and workshops. So that was when I was able to join MEMPROW. And you know, when you're in year 1, you're very curious. Yeah. Whatsoever thing comes, you want to jump in and see.
But you don't regret jumping into the MEMPROW?
No, I've never.
So, but which sport are you proud of? Which sports are you proud of? Because usually at university or at school, we usually try out many things. I think it comes out of the fact that the many subjects we study. So you go out to the field and try football, basketball, rugby. It doesn't matter whether you know a lot about it, but you know something about everything. But which one of yours is the niche?
Okay, apparently I have 2 outstanding sports, that is rugby and netball. Okay. Of course, when I talk about netball, you'll just take it as usual because it's always seen as a women's game. Yeah. So it is the rugby part of it that stands out from me.
Yeah, we've got a workmate here called Helen Gizamba. She plays rugby. She's played rugby for the national team, and yes, like you say, it's a bit surprising for women to be playing rugby, but Ugandans out there know that women do venture in almost every sport that the other gender also partakes. Madam Immaculate, you've been carrying out a report that you've outed. What birthed the idea? What birthed the idea? MEMPROW's involvement in sport, have you explained it clearly? Because empowerment usually, when a basic mind in Uganda will look at every other thing but not sport. What influenced your idea to go into sport? So what we found out when we are dealing with the girls is that very many things trigger their confidence and their self-worth, and then that's where that would be the starting point for them to express what they desire. And so we've met many girls for as young as 12 years, 10 years, and you find that these girls really enjoyed sports while they are young, but they cannot now because they've grown, they've started menstruating. And so what we encourage girls to do things they desire in life, and very many of them, trust me, they would love to do sports, but the opportunities are very limited, starting from the school level up to, like, I can't say, because if you lose it at primary school, it's likely that you will not take it on. And Madam Immaculate, just to interject a little, we start losing it at home. When we're still very young, this tender age, all of us go kick about, all of us play, what do they call it, kwepena, all of us skip the rope, but then your parents will start telling you that I know you going to peel as the boys kick the ball about. Thank you very much. Even when you want to go down, just do the expectation in the village, they would limit you because there are many household things to do. But back to the schools where I brought it about, because when kids enter into primary one and it's time for PE, everybody do something. Either remove your top or get into the sportswear and go to the pitch. P2, all of them goes. What happens to P3, P4 when menstruation comes in? How do we handle that? Is the biggest problem. And as schools, how prepared are we to make sure that these girls, their interest is sustained? Okay, I read your report, and it details the fact that 60% of the population in Uganda are women. But Adong, by the way, what is the correct pronunciation of your name? Let's start there first. I know the Scovia is okay, but what is the pronunciation of your surname? My surname is called Adongo. Okay. The O behind. Emphasize. Okay. So emphasis on the O at the end of the G, after the G, Adongo. At school, as you grew up, what was the attitude like as you ventured into sport, right from primary, secondary, and tertiary level? The attitude wasn't so good. Partially, it was something not heard of in my family, because apparently, you know that parents focus more on education and living sports. So when I started developing interest in sports, it was something that my mom would always try to make sure that I don't go too much into it, because it was like taking much of my time than the education part that she wanted. And the society itself makes it more complicated, because the stereotypes in the society, the negative attitude, a girl playing rugby, it's a game that is always seen to be requiring a lot of energy, a lot of financial input. So you're going to play rugby and you're a girl, you're menstruating, you have breasts, you're running around, you get. So sometimes you go in the field and someone is like, grab the breast, you get. You are wearing a bra, you are trying to achieve something not heard of in the society. But then the attitude is always negative. That is it. Yeah, I remind you guys, you're still watching Uganda Corporation TV. My name is John Bansentamu, and I'm in studio with two ladies, beautiful ladies from MEMPROW. MEMPROW is a mentoring and empowerment program for young women. They usually talk to women about everything, education, but today they're here particularly for sport, because it's a sport show. Further off me on the left is the executive director, who is going to face the fire from me, especially this particular program. And she will have to tell me now, where have you been in Uganda? How many girls have you touched? How many do you have? Like her, Adongo Scovia. How many Adongo Scovias do you have? So we have a network of girls. We call them the MEMPROW girls, and since we started, today we have over 20,000 girls in different fields, and
I was still talking to you about the challenges.
Please do.
That we found when we went to the field. We talked about the girls themselves,
yeah.
their own attitudes, because of the nature they've been brought like in the field, the social norms and the attitude towards sports and women's expression. So she talked about body shaming that happens in the field. And then we also found out that the schools do not invest enough in the girls' sports.
Yes.
They invest more in the boys' sports. Then we found out that the communities are also abusive. So a girl, you find that she's body shamed while at the field, as she goes back home, and they are all mocking her if she didn't score that goal. All those things discourage her. Then when we come to higher level, the federations that we have for the sports, and the coaches, how they behave with the girls, we find that that's also a challenge in itself, because many girls revealed that they get out when they move. They advance in sports. Many are discouraged when they get sexual advances from the coaches, and that has become a major limiting factor. Because one girl is discouraged, that means many more will not join the sports.
And because I know the turnover of a woman's word covers many others. A man can come to me and tell me that the coach is harassing me. I will not accept. I'll first ask him, why does he harass you? But the girl they have told will cry, and then the girl who is telling the story will also cry. Go ahead, Madam Immaculate, you're still building a point. I'm sorry for interjecting.
And there are no systems to make sure that these coaches are brought to book. So that's one. And
that is, but it's not only in Uganda. You read of this almost everywhere in the world, and it's too bad, by the way.
Yes. It's
too bad that girls go through a lot as they try their dream of becoming elite sports personalities. Yeah, and then there are no female role models. There are few adongos who can go up back there to their communities to be icons for the young ones who are coming. But also, the whole system of sports is a bit discouraging for the girls. You said one of your teammates is playing rugby. Oh, if adong is playing rugby, you find that what she gets out of that is way smaller than what a boy counterpart will get. Yeah, it's only so the ground is not level. Yeah, the ground is not level, especially in Uganda. But elsewhere, the American ladies football team is now level with the men, and it's just happened, I think, this particular year. But they've cried for it for long, and I think it's because the women actually produce better results than the men's national team, America. Because you all know the Americans have been world champions in women's football, and the men have never been even at a final game, not the finals, but the final game. Anyways, Adongo, how did you manage to balance securing education vis-a-vis your sport, amidst all the challenges that Madame Immaculate has highlighted you girls go through as you try and chase your dream?
Okay, that's a nice question. Okay, balancing my education and sports.
Yes.
It has not been something that has been easy. It needs a focused mind. It needs someone who knows where they're going, what they want. I have not just woken up like today and I say I'll start doing sports. Of course, the schools I've been in have been doing sports, and then they used to grant scholarships and bursaries out of sports. So joining my senior one, then I realized that actually there's more to sport than just playing. Okay. The income, the scholarship, trying to save home from all that expenses. I decided to say that, no, you know what? If the bursary is coming with the sports, then I will forever play. Yes. So I've been playing sports because I want to play sports, but because of also the outcome that comes out of sports. Yes. You get? Because I was playing each and every time I play, the school grants bursary. So that year you study for free. Yeah. So it has helped me to study for free. And then when I joined university, I just sometimes have to forgo one. That is the open truth. Yeah. It's either lectures or training. Yes. Because sometimes you find that it's the same time for training and it's the same time for lectures. And the lecturer is not going to understand that you are training, and the coach is not going to understand that you are in class. So you choose. So you outweigh. you say, now this lecturer, today there is no coursework, there is no test. Let me go for sports. But today we have today we are going to train for a play that is happening in 2 days' time. No, I cannot rest to miss. So it is all about now balancing and seeing.
Yeah, we are still on this program with SCORE, and it's a mentoring and empowerment program for young women, I think in Uganda, we need to add that because it's a wonderful project. They've reached out to more than 200,000 girls, and these girls are really empowered. The girls are called the MEMPROW Girl, and one of them is Adongo Scovia, but of course with us in this studio for this particular edition of the show is the lady who pulls the strings down there at MEMPROW, Madam Immaculate Mukasa. Immaculate Mukasa, Mukasa is a name for the husband. I've seen the ring. Please don't give me any calls asking about her because she speaks very well about the subject she is more adept with. Madam, women and sport is a very, 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 very debatable topic. Yeah. What do women get out of playing sport?
Thank you.
Outside of maybe the physical fitness, what else do they get?
Oh, all the things have been said. We started with the American players.
Okay.
When you said that, it just shows to us that women are capable of earning a lot from sports.
Yes.
Imagine what the men are in America earning from sports, and now it's the women earning them. How that will trickle down to their families and to the development of the nation. Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it at that level.
And as you look at it at that level, I'm sorry about this. No, I think let me just leave this because I'll get issues with feminists.
Let me continue.
Please continue. Let me just leave it out.
Adongo has just said she was lucky. She was in schools where they were giving bursaries to the girls. Mm. How many of those schools do we have in Uganda?
To girls? A few. They've only just started picking on.
Exactly.
It's only about maybe about 10, 15 years ago is when this is stepping up.
And it's not in every school?
Not every school, yeah.
So few schools can afford that.
Yeah.
So we
and I think we need to applaud the schools that actually do that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's very true. We applaud the schools that do that. And many schools should come onto that. We've engaged sub-counties that have started to do that. In Nebi, we've engaged Naravol sub-county and they've started to do that. And we really appreciate that. And we know that it is doable. Okay. That's one thing. So, you talked about apart from being physically fit, but they have many opportunities to express themselves. Mm. And for us, that's the first point of agency. You have the voice, you have agency. You express what you want, knowing the consequences that will come after that, and you are ready for them.
Okay. Yes. Okay. Uganda Broadcasting Corporation TV gave us about 27 minutes for this program. I think it can go on for 1 hour, but we've got to cut it short. Now, I will, Adongo. Yes. First, that camera of yours that Mr. Nasa Mukasa, the man who's manning the cameras, told you to look at, and I talked to Ugandan women, girls, about the value of playing sport. I know many, but I want you to take it on.
Okay, thank you so much. Apparently, one thing I can tell the Uganda girls there, the women out there, the ones that are still capable of playing sports, is that there's more to sports other than just doing it for exercise, doing it for part-time, sending a child to pee, doing it just for fun. There's more to sports because, first of all, you're going to play out there, and when you play, there's sometimes earnings that come out of it because people are paid. You're not going to play for free. And then that earning is going to build on your financial stability as a woman, and it's not going to make you more dependent on someone. And then also, like, it's going to help us to cut the stereotype. You know, there's a lot of stereotyping around sports. People have put games out there like rugby that are only for boys, football for boys. And so unless you come out and play, then the world will not know that actually women can be in sports and do something better. Unless you come out and play. The young girls behind, the ones in primary, the ones in secondary will never get mentors. The role models that Immaculate is talking about that they're lacking. It is going to come out of the players that have come out to play and do something and achieve something. So I would really, really encourage girls to come out and play.
Madam Immaculate, this show is about you. You are the one that pulls the strings. I've talked about that. And you need to talk about MEMPROW, but I don't know how deep your involvement is with these girls, especially as they are still at school. Supposing Adongo gets an injury while playing at school and she's a MEMPROW girl, how does MEMPROW come in to help? You need to talk about that and everything MEMPROW in the next 12 minutes. I've granted you authority. Camera is yours, please.
So I see that we work with schools, but we also work not only the girls, we work with the boys and the teachers. Okay. So why you work with the teachers and the school leaders is to make sure that there are systems and structures in place to make sure that the girls who are out of school return to school, who are already in school, they stay in school, all of them stay in school, perform well in all areas of their lives. And side by that, how that will happen is that there are systems and structures to make sure they respond to some of the violences that happen. They should have, we encourage them to have things that would help to deal with the injuries, because as a sports master, that's your thing to consider. So we engage you on that. Do you have these things ready? But also, if the girl is abused, how are you supporting her to make sure that she comes back to school the following day? How are the other students prepared to make sure that this girl who is in sports, she's not body shamed at the speech and in the classroom? Yeah. So all the teachers have to be of the know of that. And if the violence happens and it's beyond the school, like sexual harassment, where are you referring? There, the nearby police station, you can refer to what is the referral network that will support you in this whole process.
Okay, you've heard it from the lady herself, Madam Immaculate Mukasa. She is the Executive Director at Mentoring and Empowerment Program for Young Women. It's a charitable organization that are purely, like the name suggests, focuses more on the women in Uganda. It's very important for us to put an end to this, but I'll ask you to put your closing remarks to Ugandans. Adongo Scovia, a MEMPROW girl.
Okay. The only thing now apparently I can say is that I would encourage parents, community, because girls in sports is not something that is going to be a one-way effort. Even if a girl comes out to play sports, without the support of the family, the community, the peers, it cannot be achieved. That is something that is going to be a collective effort that I would encourage everyone to come in, and maybe the government to do some little of sensitization and mobilization in the grassroots levels to tell these parents in villages down there what are the importance of sports, what to a girl child.
Okay.
To make sure that they come out there and they be able to play. And also, like, I want to thank MEMPROW for their great work, the mentoring, the empowering, the sensitization that they have done, the esteem they're building us, the me, you can see now. Okay. There's a lot of me as a MEMPROW girl out there who can speak out for themselves, the agency they've given us because of the MEMPROW work in a young woman like me. Okay. So I really want to thank MEMPROW for that and encourage everyone who is still below the age of 29
yeah.
to come in there and join. Thank you.
Madam Immaculate Mukasa, you've got 150 seconds. That is 2.5 minutes to speak anything as we come to a climax of this.
So to the girl out there, you are young, you are powerful, you are capable. If there is a sport that you want to undertake it. To the parent out there, support your girl. There are 51 federation sports in Uganda as of today, but there are many more that we can explore. Don't think it's minor, support your girl to do that. It will sharpen her brain, she'll be bright in class, but who knows, she can even earn from that. And when the girls develop their talents, that's very fulfilling for them. To the communities that are out there, don't bully the girls. Protect them and support them to achieve their aspirations. To the teachers and the schools, you, the PE teacher, you, the coach in the school, please ensure that the girls are safe and are encouraged to participate in their sports, and that the schools do not abuse the girls who are participating in sport. They encourage them more. We need to create more tournaments that the girls can compete in. The girls we found out can do it as well as the boys can. To the national federations, we need a body, an arbitration body, to deal with the coaches who are sexually violating the girls. We need to deal with that. Once it's dealt with, very many girls will be more confident because they know that the sports are safe for them and they will go out there. To the girls like Adong who are participating in sports, please pull another girl, mentor that girl, work with her that journey. To the Ministry of Education and Sports, we need a commission for women in sports. Perhaps it will help us to deal with the many challenges that we are facing. Thank you.
You've put it perfect. Madam Immaculate, thank you very much. Adongo, thank you very much. You guys will come around next time, because I think we've not exhausted whatever there is in women in sport, and especially MEMPROW, thank you for the job that you do. From us at Uganda Broadcasting Corporation, we wish you a nice day ahead, but keep your women and girls active in sport. Parents, please, there is a lot of value your kid can get by taking part in sport. For me, the most important thing that women get by taking part in sport is being outspoken. She will tell you in your face that is not right. Bye-bye.